So on July 10th, 1999, a tragic incident occurred at Obafemi Awolowo University, where 5 students, namely George Akinyemi, popularly called Afrika, Evian Ekeimu, Yemi Ajiteru, Babatunde Oke, and Godfrey Ekpede were allegedly murdered by the members of the Black Ass, an organized death squad of 40 members of confraternity in the branch of the university. But what prompted the attack? It was said that some members of the student union reported the cult member to the police for having guns and terrorizing the peace of the school. The cultists were then arrested by the police but were never prosecuted. Upon their release 4 months after, the cultists decided to retaliate by carrying out one of the deadliest massacre on the student union who reported them. But how did this tragic incident happen? A night before the massacre, which was July 9th, 1999, the student union held a party at the university campus where members of the Kegaite Club and the Man O' War were celebrating, including formal and incumbent students. As the night began to cripple into morning, some of the students returned to their hall of residence while some were still at the party. Meanwhile, it was 3 a.m. already, now 10th of July, and the party was almost coming to an end. That was when the large number of cultists of the Black Ass trooped into the scene as reported. They were said to be almost 40 in number, all dressed in black trousers and t-shirts, with their faces covered by masks, with the intention of carrying out the murder of some of the members of the student union who reported them earlier, which were George Akinyemi, popularly called Afrika, and Lanre Adeleke, also called Legacy, and the chairman of the Kegites called Dexter. Upon the arrival of the Black Ass, they were said to have drove through the main gate of the school and proceed to the car park where they stopped and walked down to the party scene, where they started shooting periodically at the students, and at least 25 students sustained injury at the spot before they went straight into the school campus to fish out their main targets, who were Afrika, Legacy, and Dexter. On getting to the student hostel, the cultist member were said to be shouting the name of their targets to come out, but when they couldn't see them come out, they began to shoot to as many as they could. In the process of the attack, George Akinyemi, also called Afrika, who was the first target, was caught in his room while trying to escape. He was immediately shot in the head and was smashed with a axe in order to confirm that he was dead, after which they went on to kill 4 more students in the hostel. Eviano, who was a graduating student, Yemi Ajiteru, who was a 100-level philosophy student, Babatunde Oke, and Godfrey were all killed accordingly, even though they were not their targets. After they were done, they went in to search for their 2 other targets, Lanre Adeleke and Dexter. They continued to scream their name while they were roaming about in the hostel, but luckily for Adeleke and Dexter, they both managed to escape by jumping over the balcony. After hearing the gunshots, they fled the scene unarmed. It was reported that George Akinyemi, aka Afrika, was the only successful assassinated victim. Afrika was said to be among the student union who reported the cultists to the police. He was mercilessly butchered, while the other 4 were just unfortunate victims. And according to reports, the cult member was said to have been sponsored by the then vice chancellor of the school. And after the massacre happened, the vice chancellor was said to have fled the school immediately. Days after the massacre, some of the cult members were also said to have been arrested while trying to flee the town. They were all brought to book, but the deed has been done. Till date, it still remains one of the most terrible massacres to have happened in student university. It was popularly referred to as the OAU 5.